Die Hard 2, Die Harder, Saturday at 9, ITV.
Well, not even Bruce is a match for Super Bombad Racing. It's total wipeout. Situation critical in Cybernet for all you joystick wigglers after the break.
You're going to get me in trouble with the missus. Over here, yes. Oh, no, the herbs. Take me back. Oregano, some rosemary. Oh, savoury. Fantastic with chicken. Yeah.
Sainsbury's new fresh herb range now has the widest selection of unusual herbs to satisfy even the most adventurous cooks.
Here we go, boys. Stuff. Yeah, what's that? And what is that? That is a piece of art.
Sainsbury's, making life taste better.
My mum's really soft. She's like a big squashy chair. She smells of soap and the stuff in her hair. I think she's a mermaid. She spent ages in the bar. She's got tickly fingers. They make me giggle and laugh. She stops things from hurting because she's my mum. When she eats biscuits, they stick to her hips and her bum.
Robinson's Fruit and Barley feed their imagination.
Growing up with Britain's Most Wanted Man, the Tonight programme interviews Michael Biggs in half an hour here on ITV Nighttime.
Hello, you're watching Cybernet with me, Lucy Longhurst. Prepare for some super bad racing, go to the circus, score a try and fight your way to victory. It's sensational. It's Cybernet. Welcome to another cosmic show. We begin by pushing pedal to the metal and feeling the force of acceleration as heroes of the Star Wars universe finally jump on the bandwagon and compete in the inevitable karting game. Say hello to Super Bombad Racing, out soon on the PlayStation 2. Super Mario Kart has a lot to answer for. Following Nintendo's seminal classic, everyone from Bugs Bunny to the South Park gang have taken to the track. This racing game will follow the usual conventions, even down to the cartoon style, which sees Star Wars favourites given enormous heads. The various worlds on which the races take place will be familiar to anyone who's seen The Phantom Menace, with nicely detailed environments set in such locations as Tatooine and the Gungans' underwater city. And the courses will also be quite hazardous thanks to the trackside interventions of some of the locals. Pesky Jawas. There'll also be a plethora of two-player modes which will allow players to race against each other or as a team. And for the more aggressive drivers, there'll be the chance to compete in the obligatory battle mode. Super Bombad Racing probably won't be the most innovative game released this year, but we're confident it'll be a lot of fun. We'll tell you more in our forthcoming review. If you're having trouble with Hairy Bear and his feathery friend in Banjo-Tooie on the N64, listen up because we've got a great cheat. You first open up the cheat cave. Stand on the platform and fire your eggs at the letters and spell out Cheeto. That's C-H-E-A-T and O. Then spell out Nest King. That's N-E-S-T-K-I-N and G. This will give you unlimited feathers and eggs to fire at your foes, which should make life far easier for Banjo and Kazooie. And they may even clean up at cards. Years, the computer has become a nifty new platform for launching kids onto a path of artistic expression. And now even the tiniest of tots can get their creative juices flowing with Curious George Paint and Print Studio. That's right, the famous little monkey from the children's storybooks now stars in his own art package that takes him from the far reaches of outer space to the comfy confines of a circus ring. An easy-to-use interface allows you to create a colourful circus tent with just a few clicks of the mouse. But the real fun here is placing the cheeky monkey as well as his yellow-suited pal into the different backgrounds. There are over 1,000 stamps, images and letters to pick from, whilst improvements can be made by simply erasing certain parts or even adding your own titles. Once you've created your masterpiece, you can then print it out as a card, invitation, or just something to hang on the wall. If you know a child who's curious about art or George, this smartly designed title is an excellent place to start. Designed for slightly older artists, Disney's 3D Creations is a surprisingly sophisticated and powerful package that lets you view and create images in a three-dimensional format. Although you can create your own figure, at first it's far easier to simply select the pre-rendered Mickey Mouse character, whose size and shape can be manipulated with the Transformer tool. Then a vast array of colours and textures can be used for each body part. Once your figure is completed, it can do tricks like bounce a soccer ball or play with a hula hoop. Next, you can make a spiffy background using a vast array of colours and patterns, whilst dozens of pre-rendered items are also available for your creation to interact with. Before you know it, Mickey will be lounging about in his own living room. There's also several preset backgrounds which contain their own movable objects. Then you can save your creation as a movie, greeting card or postcard, which you can send off to your friends. Disney's 3D Creations takes computer art for kids to the next level by allowing a user to alter lighting, modify shapes and even vibrate objects. So don't worry if you have two left thumbs and have trouble colouring between the lines, you can still become the Van Gogh of the digital age. The joy, the sorrow, the passion and the despair. No, I'm not talking about dating, I'm talking about football. So get ready for high emotion as the world of soccer management arrives on the Dreamcast with giant killers. You can choose from any team in any one of the English football leagues and guide them to glory. There's statistics in abundance here for every club and player, so a manager will have a vast amount of useful information to sort through. Unfortunately though, since every match is relayed to you only in text, this is how Giant Killers simulates the managerial experience of your beloved side scoring a goal. Although there's no real on-screen action, there's plenty to do. From training individuals to scouting the league for players, Giant Killers is an in-depth but slightly dull football management game. The rough and tumble world of rugby is next in our sporting roundup with the PS2's first version of the sport called simply Rugby. For some reason, this is one of those sports that the gaming world has always decided to overlook, with loads of American football sims available, but only the odd terrible rugby effort. But worry no longer if you're a fan of the sport, because this is a highly playable and graphically impressive title. One of the key aspects of any rugby match is the scrum. In this game, the action is simulated quite convincingly. As soon as you enter one, you have to pay attention not only to the strength bars of your team and its opposition, but also to their formation, displayed as blue blobs at the bottom of the screen. The choice of camera angles nicely complements the action too, with low angles for conversion kicks and high and fast-moving aerial shots for more complicated team movements. Other strong features include dynamic weather effects, with players getting more and more muddy as the game progresses. Collision detection, however, is occasionally unrealistic, when players sometimes strangely emerge from other players. But this is a small flaw in what is, on the whole, an engaging and fast-paced simulation with some fine attention to detail. The rules in rugby are no more complicated than those found in American football, so you've no reason not to give it a try. Get ready to take a leap into the world of nature now. We're leaving the city behind and going off the beaten track. Here's a roaring roundup of some of the best wildlife sites the internet has to offer. A great place to start is at ewildlife.com. This is a vast site with loads of links to other nature-based web pages. Its main purpose is to act as a wildlife search engine to help you find exactly what you want, from aardvark to zebra and back again. There are lots of extras too, like this top 10 animal sites list. Let's see, at number 9 today, the tiger homepage. As you can see, there's an enormous amount of information out there. But what we really want is pictures, and that's where webcams come in handy. This is africam.com. It's fantastic and absolutely chocker with savannah images. Cameras have been placed at numerous sites around the game parks and nature reserves of Africa, taking you right to the action, all from the comfort of your armchair. There's even a schedule for the cameras as well, so you can see what's likely to be happening and when. All this is backed up with plenty of facts and figures, but the images are what we love best. Check out this awesome lion hunt. From one of the driest places on Earth to one of the wettest now, welcome to the watery world of Fish Eye View, where you get to see everything through the eye of a fish. Again, cameras have been put to expert use, placing footage like this at your fingertips. The corals on the site are beautiful too, and after a fairly short download time, you'll be rewarded for your patience with incredible time-lapse movies. So it looks like you might as well go wild. Whatever you want, the net's got all your animal answers. Join us now for a glimpse into the future. The year's 2015 and the Earth's been ravaged by a massive war. Crime and anarchy rule the streets, and it's up to you to jump into a robot suit and save the day in Gungriffon Blaze for the PlayStation 2. The game's a first-person blaster where you pilot huge robots as they fight enemy forces. There are loads of missions to try, from search and destroy sorties where your only concern is blasting the opposition, to escort and defensive assignments which require more strategy and planning. The controls are excellent, with the PlayStation's analog sticks being used to simultaneously move your robots and aim their weapons. This gives players precise control over their galvanized giants and makes for fast-paced, furious action. But the best thing is the wanton destruction your robots can cause. As well as tanks and planes, you can flatten almost any structure you find on the battlefield, from enemy bases and forts to the space shuttle itself. With its awesome action, great graphics and manic missions, Gungriffon Blaze is one of PS2's most compelling titles. Less experienced gamers may find the fast pace a little daunting at first, but pros will have a blast. Okay, time for our competition now, so grab a pen. This week's brilliant prize is a PlayStation and a copy of Roswell Conspiracies, Aliens, Myths and Legends to play on it. So get ready to go on a frenzied mission to deter extraterrestrials in this thrilling underground action adventure. To win this prize, just call our number and answer this question. What shape is a rugby ball? Is it A, round, B, oval, or C, square? If you think you know, call 09009 113333. Please dial carefully and don't forget to ask permission from the person who pays the telephone bill first. We'll put up the question and number again at the end of today's show, so get dialing and good luck. Coming up, Command an Army, race with the best, and check out a mechanical man and his robotic best friend.
With 5 different flavours in every box of Skittles mints, you get a new sensation in every mouthful. Coal mint, spearmint, sweet mint, toffee mint, peppermint. 1, 2, 3.
my bag's been stolen. We were on the beach and I just turned around for 2 seconds and my bag was... Pardon? Oh, sorry. Yes, my purse was in it and my husband's wallet. I mean, that's all of our cash. I just don't... No, because I just turned around and it...
Take traveller's checks from a worldwide organisation that can replace them within 24 hours. American Express traveller's checks. Don't leave home without them.
Jim Proctor's about to hand over his business.
I'm stepping down as MD.
It's a mistake that'll ruin his life.
But I'm leaving you in very safe hands.
Hello, Uncle Jim. John Thor.
I was going to ask you to marry me.
Marriage is all you've ever wanted. So what's changed?
Sarah Lancashire.
I want you out of here.
Joe McFadden.
I have a conscience.
Something about Duggan just isn't right.
That's why I'm here.
The Glass starts Sunday 27th of May, ITV.
Welcome back to part 2 of Cybernet. Time for some physical education now as those rival schools flex their muscles for some more extracurricular activities, this time in Project Justice on the Dreamcast. You pick a team of 3 from the various academies and enter into some familiar hand-to-hand combat territory. After every round, you're allowed to change what team member you fight as. However, your partners will only make themselves available during the outrageous team-up moves. And we pity the opponents on the receiving end of these combined efforts. This may all sound tediously unoriginal, and in many ways it is, but Project Justice has a style and energy that's hard to resist. From gravity-defying aerial combos to novel and funny special moves, this game has a charm that many similar titles lack. Another great feature is the ability to prevent an opponent launching a crushing team-up move like this one by getting one of your own partners to intervene. If he or she lands the first punch within the time limit, your enemy's attack will be blocked. But the thing we like best about Project Justice is that despite its quirky and very Japanese sense of humour, it's a solid game that will take practice and patience to master. The Dreamcast may be inundated with similar titles, but this most recent edition is fully justified. Next up, here's something for all you speed freaks out there. This is the Fast and Furious Rumble Racing for the PlayStation 2. We're sure you're having fun turbo blasting your way through the game, but if you want to increase your options, try this cheat. At the password screen, type LEAITEPU and C. Easy enough, and for your trouble, you'll now get to pick from all the cars and all the tracks. Time to shift into gear.
How you like that?
So go on.
Giddy up!
What are you waiting for? There's nothing like mercilessly blasting the opposition off the track to relieve the stresses of a long day. And now we've made it just a little bit easier for you. Safe driving. Now here's a look at our countdown of top N64 games. At 10, everyone's favourite U-bend cleaning Italian takes to the court, it's Mario Tennis. Gadgets, espionage and dashing good looks. At 9, it's The World Is Not Enough. At 8, cuddly critters go into battle, the fantastic Pokemon Stadium. An oldie but a goodie with big explosions, Jet Force Gemini at 7. At 6, Link's back to his youthful self in Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Everyone loves the knees up, so where better to head than Mario Party 2 at 5. At 4, they're back with their cameras, it's Pokemon Snap. Thwacking, bashing and thumping, WWF No Mercies at 3. At 2, that bird and bear duo are back on their latest escapade, it's Banjo-Tooie. And at 1, it's the cheeky squirrel in Conker's Bad Fur Day. Take a large serving of simulation, a dash of strategic planning, then mix it up with the biggest blasts around, and you've got Panzer Front on the PlayStation. This Tank Simulator challenges you to choose the best vehicles and ammunition for a series of 25 tough battles. So it isn't enough to be quick on the trigger, as planning and tactics always win the day. Driving the metal monsters is incredibly realistic, as the caterpillar tracks are controlled independently by the shoulder buttons on a PlayStation pad. It takes practice, but once you've mastered the controls, the tanks are a joy to drive. If you're looking for arcade thrills, Panzer Front slow vehicles and long reloading times might drive you mad. But if you're looking for a tank simulation that feels just like the real thing, this game will blow you away. If you're a strategy fan, feast your eyes on Commandos 2. This wartime quest is the sequel to Commandos, a massive PC hit which also had a reputation for being one of the toughest games around. But the developers are trying to make the sequel a little easier and more accessible to gamers of all experience levels.
One of the main complaints was that it was so difficult, but a lot of people enjoyed that difficulty, so we had to make sure that everyone was going to be happy with it. So now we have easy, normal and hard. Now on the easy, there'll be a blue line that connects yourself to the enemy soldier. So as a result, it will be a kind of suggestion that, yes, I've seen you, so now you better be careful, or run away or duck or whatever you need to do, but get out of my sight, otherwise I will shoot. On normal, obviously, then that will be taken away, and on hard they will shoot as soon as they see you.
Other new features include better weapons and sniper guns, the ability to enter buildings and peer through windows, and rotatable 3D worlds which allow you to see everything that's going on. There are also new heroes with a range of abilities that give players more flexibility in the way they tackle missions.
It's a lot easier to play. There's a lot of different ways that you can complete missions. There's the attack by land, attack through windows, attack using wires to traverse open spaces, swim underneath water, so it allows a lot more freedom to the player.
Commandos 2 will be released on the PC in the near future, and we think it's shaping up to be one of the hottest strategy games available, with tense missions, cool characters and amazing graphics. Just make sure you remember to let go of those hand grenades, okay? If you were impressed by ASIMO, Sony's robotic canine companion, check this out. This is the RS-01 RoboDog, the world's largest autonomous legged robot, and beneath its shiny gold exterior is some amazing technology. This digital doggy, destined to reach consumers soon, will be able to perform tasks saving both time and effort. But what's he made of?
He's made of carbon fibre, a bit like tennis or squash rackets. The latest tennis and squash rackets are made of that material. Very light and very strong.
This cool-looking canine also offers many other advantages.
It's enabled us to build a large robot which is powerful, has a very long run time, and is also light enough to be safe. At the size it is, it's still safe to be used in home.
And RoboDog's manoeuvrability is incredible. Just look at this. However, RoboDog is just the first in a whole range of intelligent robots.
It was really originally designed to be a technology demonstrator. We're trying to develop technology to make robots bigger and lighter and stronger than current robots, which are really mainly toys.
Don't cry, Abo, I'm sure he didn't mean you. RoboDog can also understand 15 spoken commands from his owner.
And by the time he's sold, he will be able to understand up to 60 words and phrases.
There's a top spec PC inside RoboDog which gives it the ability to receive your email.
He can tell you they got an email, but what's really fun is that he also speaks with speech synthesis, and we can strip out the text from an email and actually get the robot to read it live to the owner when he wants it.
The creators of this RoboDog prototype are using him as a test platform for future robots who will be able to perform tasks too dangerous for humans. And what will these robots look like? Well, the chances are they'll look like this. This is the incredible bipedal Honda ASIMO robot, and is by far the most advanced in a long line of Honda robotic technology. ASIMO, which stands for Advanced Step in Innovative Mobility, is a small, lightweight humanoid robot that's able to walk in a manner closely resembling that of a human being. His manufacturers aim to make him helpful to humans, as well as being of practical use to society. To achieve this, a height of 120 centimetres was chosen because it was considered the best for operating household switches, doorknobs and for performing tasks at tables. The future of robotics is looking bright, so take a bow, ASIMO. We end this week's Cybernet with a review of the latest driving sim to hit your hard drive. This is eRacer, and as its name suggests, this game can be played off or online, making it one of only a handful of internet PC racing titles. The offline game offers you arcade and championship modes against some pretty tough computer opposition. But play it online and you can enter championships, join teams, download new cars and tracks, record best lap times and view race results streamed live to the website. The secret of a good racing game, however, lies in the handling of the cars. eRacer has a simplistic arcade-style feel, meaning the cars are easy to master. Along with this, the environments are beautifully rendered with some stunning solar glare and snow effects. There are 8 cars to unlock, from off-road rally cars to GT modified racers. Along with the vehicles, we were quite impressed with the variety of styles available in the game's 15 inventive and unusual courses. Instead of the normal circuit tracks, here you'll find yourself gliding past stately homes or navigating your way around scrapyards, aircraft carriers or even shopping malls. Overall, eRacer is an impressive and polished driving sim, and with the array of online options to discover, it'll last for ages. So, ladies and gentlemen, start your modems. It looks like another Cybernet show has taken the checkered flag, which means it must be time for me to speed my way out of here. The good news is we'll be back soon with even more fantastic games and features from around the world. Don't forget you can always try our competition to win a console. Until then, here's a look at those silly, stupid invaders. It's the best. It's Cybernet.
Interviews with Michael Biggs and Charles Kennedy in the Tonight programme follow the latest news headlines. I do apologise, we have some sound problems, as you can hear on that ITN report. We'll come back to it later. Right now, here's Trevor MacDonald with the Tonight programme shown last night.
Tonight, The Boy from Brazil, an exclusive interview with Michael Biggs. Don't let my father die in jail.
The truth is, my father's a very ill man. I just hope that common sense prevails and he can die as a free man.
Growing up with Britain's most wanted.
I've had a real good friend. If I'm proud of anything in my life, I owe it all to my father.
Also tonight, The Agony of Ecstasy.
This was a horrid, degrading, messy,
death.
A warning for every parent.
She knew, she took it, she bought it, and she's paid a very, very high price.
Plus, it's my party.
You seem like a very nice bloke, but I don't know if you've got enough steel.
Well, time will tell.
The leaders uncovered.
People would see through me if I started pretending to be something other than what I am. And this is what I am. This is where I come from.
The stories that matter to you. Tonight with Trevor McDonald.
Tears and fears. Why Michael Biggs says, "Set my father free." Good evening. Tonight, in an interview that will add fuel to the row over Ronnie Biggs, his son Michael has spoken for the first time about the human tragedy of the great train robbery. He refuses to accept that his father bears any blame for the death of the man who drove the train. Michael Biggs is remaining in Britain to campaign for his father's early release. Since flying home with his father, an exile for 36 years, Michael Biggs has been unable to face the media. Tonight, though, he faces our cameras. Linda Duberly reports.
It was the biggest heist in British history. A robbery that descended into violence.